Hi, fifth grade artists. Today we're going to learn how to make a tessellation. A tessellation connects with math because it's basically you take geometric shapes and you make them into a new shape and they connect into each other so that there are no gaps or spaces, and it's really cool. MC Escher is an artist who has mastered this. I'm going to show you some of his artwork, but we're going to need a pencil, scissors, and some tape, and see if you can find a piece of cardboard paper. I found a notepad in my drawer, and the back of it was a perfect type of paper to use, just because we're going to make the shape and we're going to trace it. All right, so I'm going to get my materials, check out the artwork, and we're going to get started. Okay, so I have my materials. I don't remember if I said that you need a ruler, but if you can get one out, we need a ruler as well. So this is the notepad that I had, and it's just a little bit thick paper, so we're going to use that. I'm just going to cut off this edge, and we're going to make a square that is exactly 2 inches all the way around. So I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm just going to grab my pencil, which I just lost. There it is. All right, and I'm going to measure from the edge of the ruler 0 up to 2. I'm going to make a little tick mark here, and at that 2-inch spot I'm just going to draw a line like that, and I'm going to cut it out. Okay, so now I have 2 inches going this way. So now I'm going to get my ruler here again, and I'm going to go measure 2 inches the other way. So 0, 1, 2. I'm going to make the line here for 2. And again, I'm going to draw this line here and cut that out. And now I have my perfect 2-inch square. Now we have to pay attention for our next steps to make our tessellation. Okay, so I'm going to draw a triangle in the top, right? So it's going to come like this, triangle, here to here. See that? Triangle. Now I'm going to cut that triangle out. You could try to use paper if you don't have, or construction paper, but it's just easier if you have a little bit thicker paper so that you're going to trace it. Now I'm going to take this triangle, okay, and I'm going to tape it to the opposite side. I'm going to line it up here. See, it matches. And I'm going to tape it right here. And then I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to tape it on the other side too, so it's somewhat sturdy. Yeah. Okay, so now I have this shape. I'm going to make it a little bit more extra by drawing another triangle here on this side. See? And I'm going to cut that triangle out. Now I'm going to take this triangle and I'm going to paste it over here on this side. Well, not paste, you have to tape because glue is not going to stick. Okay, so I'm going to put my little piece of tape here. And then same thing on the other side so that it does not move because we have to trace it. Okay, so now here's our tessellated shape. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to trace this, right? So I actually started on another piece of paper, but let me get, all right, so we're going to get a paper here. Now this paper needs to be exactly 8 by 8 by 8. We're using a lot of the ruler today. So this, I'm going to take the ruler here, and I'm going to go across, and I'm going to measure 8 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to make that little mark again. Turn it to the side. Draw a line so I know where I'm cutting. And I'm going to cut it out. So now I have a perfect square to work with my tessellations. It's just easier that way than using the other paper. All right, so we're going to take our shape, and what I started to do was I traced it already. See that? I took the shape that we have and I traced around it. So now what happens is, like MC Escher's artwork, is I can just line it up like this, and I'm going to trace it again. And what happens is there's no gaps or spaces in the design. Did I get that part already? and it goes right into each other. Now you can look at the MC Escher's artwork that I just showed you, go back and look, and notice that he makes his shapes into little characters. You can add a face on it if you want, or you could just basically do the design and color it in. And if you run out of space on the end of the paper here, you just do whatever's there. Right? We think outside the box, and whoops, I don't know why I have wiggly hands today. Okay, so already I've made this tessellation go across the paper. So now underneath, I'm going to line it up and do the same thing. So all across my paper will be this shape, and it goes right into each other. And we made this shape just from a basic geometric shape of a square and drawing triangles. Now you can even make your own shape. It does not have to be the shape that I made, but I guess for, for your first time, it's easier to just follow along with me. You can Google tessellations. You can Google MC Escher. His artwork is really cool. I have, you may have seen his artwork in the art room, whoops, where the drawing of the hands painting, it looks like two hands painting upside down. That's one of his artworks as well. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this. As you could tell, it's just going right one after the other, tracing it over and over. And then I'm going to trace it with marker, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished tracing my shapes, and look at this really cool tessellation. So for time's sake, I'm going to quickly paint it. And really, if you look at MC Escher's tessellations, it looks great with just using two colors. And I would suggest using complementary colors. Remember, we talked about that on the color wheel. So that's red and green, purple and yellow, and blue and orange. So purple's my favorite color, so I'm going to use purple and yellow. Again, you can use whatever materials that you have that you like, but I think that the paint would be much faster for me. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this. Actually, let me show you how we're going to do that first. So if I painted this purple, okay, the next one's going to be yellow, so I'm going to paint this one purple. Okay, so I went ahead and I painted all the purple. So if you notice, every other one is going to be purple. So here would be purple, and I'm going to do the yellow. So it'd be yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Underneath, it's different so that the purples don't touch. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple. Underneath here, it'd be yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. So underneath would be purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple. I'm not sure what happened up here. I did something off. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the yellow, and then I'll be back and I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, so I couldn't figure out why the top looked so messed up. And now I remember, now I realize why, because I didn't actually do that part there, right? So now I have to go back in, just in case you make this mistake too, and line it up. Now, of course, everything's all wet and I'm getting, whoops, paint all over me. Line it up and then draw that line. Line it up and draw that line. So I'm just gonna fix that, but I painted the rest of it. I did my yellow and it's just about done. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this up. I'll be right back. Okay, that looks much better. So there is my tessellation inspired by the art of MC Escher. I can't wait to see what yours looks like. You can do the same one that I did. You can come up with your own. I'd love to see what colors you choose and how it looks. Don't forget to send me a picture of your work. Thanks, bye-bye.